Hey everyone, it's Raveen Stinson and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little different though. So I know you guys are used to me always showing you new construction videos, but I never actually tell you how to get one. Well, today I'm going to teach you the 10 steps to buying a new construction house. Who better to walk you through other than me? If you're looking to buy something like, you may heard of builders like D.R. Horton or Lennar Homes or Pulte Homes, or even if you're looking for a home that is being built by a local builder in your area, this is the video for you. Let's go ahead and get into it. First step to buying a new construction home. Honestly, the first step to buying any home is to get pre-approved for a home. You definitely want a pre-approval. You need a pre-approval. When you're considering buying a new construction home, you may hear a lot about preferred lenders, right? People often talk about preferred lenders with new construction. So a lot of times, these are lenders that the builders work with, and they're going to try to not really necessarily push you, but push you to work with these lenders, all right? So keep in mind that most of the time when you are using the preferred lender, that's when you're going to get the most incentives. You're going to get the buy down rates, the closing cost incentives, and all of that. Now, I do encourage you though to do what's best for you. So financially, you may want to shop around because different lenders have different mortgage rates. So just because the builder has a preferred lender doesn't mean that you have to work with them, and it doesn't necessarily mean that that lender is going to have the best terms for you in regards to finance. So you still want to shop around for your mortgage and your rates and just see what's going to work for you. So you want to keep in mind that you can use all of the same loan types and all of those things are the same. That doesn't change. So whether it's FHA with them, whether it's FHA with somebody else, when you're buying a new construction home, the loan types and things like that, that doesn't change, all right? If you're looking for something and it's not custom, you don't have to go out and get like a construction loan or anything like that. You can look at FHA, VA, USDA, or even a conventional loan for your new construction home. The last thing that I want to kind of mention is it's a secret, right? Don't tell anybody. Something that I have learned, right? And it has helped my clients when they have decided to buy new construction homes, is that when you are comparing different loan types and when you're comparing different lenders, that you want to keep in mind that as soon as you go under contract, a lender is going to do what's called lock in your interest rate. It even happened to me. Depending on the timeline of when your home is supposed to be completed. Now, good thing about a lot of new construction now, especially in Georgia, I don't know about other states, is that a lot of new construction is already completed. So you can go in and literally close in 30 days. But a lot of new construction may exceed a 30-day rate lock. So you want to make sure that you ask your lender if they have extensions on rates for new construction homes. And if they do, you want to know, is that something that's included with the loan, or are they going to, come at you with an extra cost? So you want to be prepared for these things when you're buying new construction. Step 2. The second step is to hire a realtor. And if you're in the Atlanta area, then you have one right here. But if you're not, I can always refer you to someone. I have a wide range of network for referrals, so still hit me up. But you want to hire an agent to represent you. That's because when you're going into these model homes and new construction, you can talk to the agent on site. But remember, the agent that is sitting there in these model homes represents the builder. They do not represent you. They don't have your best interests at heart. So in most cases, they can't represent you. And they're not going to represent you, right? You don't want that. You don't want that at all. So make sure you have your own representation. You want to keep in mind that, and if they do take you on, that they're going to probably be a dual agent, which means they're working both sides, and you don't want that. So make sure you have your own representation. So one of the big advantages of working with a realtor is that when you do decide that you want to purchase something new, you want a new construction home, that not only do realtors know how to guide you. If you're in the Atlanta area, again, yes, I'm plugging myself in. I know how to guide you through this process, right? But we also make sure that everything is going smoothly. You don't want to fall astray. But we also may know of communities or developments that you've never even heard of, right? So a realtor may know what you're looking for more than you do. So we know, and we may have heard of things that are in your price point, exactly what you're looking for. You can also rely on your agent's knowledge of new construction to help you out with your home search. And keep in mind that usually, not all the time, I know it's a lot going on, but usually when you're working with a buyer's agent, there isn't a cost to you, right? Because especially with new construction, the builders have a set commission that they're going to pay. So the builder is already paying the commission for you to have your agent. So once you are pre-approved, you have hired an agent to walk you through the home buying process. The next step is house hunting, which is everybody's favorite part. It's my favorite part, and I'm sure it's yours, right? We're gonna have a good time when we go house hunting. It's a time was had, is what I like to say. A time was had. So that's the fun part. But I want you to keep in mind two things. Number one is that when you're house hunting, make sure that your agent is asking the builders the right questions. You also want to make sure that your agent is asking what is the expected timeline of completion for these new construction homes. Again, like I said, a lot of homes are already complete, but if not, you want to know what's the timeline. You want to know if they've already received their certificate of occupancy. That right there alone is a process that could take 30 days or longer for them to finish. So it's important to keep things like that in the forefront and keep that in mind, because like I mentioned, you want to make sure that you are familiar with these things when you're discussing rate lock options with your lender. You also want to keep in mind that model homes, they look good. We love them. They look amazing, right? But model homes have a lot of upgrades already. They have upgraded versions of homes. So when you walk into a model home, it is the builder's entire desire, it's their goal to sell you on that home. And we all fall in love with the model home. You want the builder is trying to sell you on the lifestyle, the community, and everything that it has to offer. And that's not a bad thing, but you just want to keep in mind that with these upgraded homes, it could be an upgraded cost, right? So a model home may have accent walls, they may have upgraded lighting, the kitchens typically look amazing, right? I've even seen upgraded landscaping. So those are just a few things to keep in mind when you're looking at these model homes. So if you want a model home exactly the way you see it, it may be a higher price than what you originally anticipated. So even if you buy the same floor plan, it may turn out to be a little different unless you choose to pay for all of those upgrades. So once you find a home that you like, the next step is to make an offer, right? Hey, we're getting to the finish line. We're almost there. But keep in mind that making an offer looks a little different when you're buying a new construction home versus when you're buying a resale home. So builders list their homes for sale. The price is the price. It's what it is. So the price that they're advertising is what you're going to expect to get. So you may not need to necessarily offer because the price is the price. You don't have to go above list price or any of those things in order to get the home. But on top of this, the builder may also be expecting you to put down a certain dollar amount as your earnest money. That'd be 1% of the purchase price. It could be $5,500. It really just depends. So you want to keep that in mind. Of course, your earnest money is applied to the purchase of your home, and it'll be applied as a credit when you close on your home. Typically in Georgia with new construction, they just use their builder contracts that they already have. I'm not sure about other states, but I do know in Georgia that's typically how it is. So should you use any other contracts, you just want to make sure your realtor is really taking a look at those. So builders have builder-specific contracts that they use, and they ask you to sign them. Make sure that you read them carefully. Your agent should be reading them carefully, and so should you. Sometimes in these contracts, there are going to be specific outlines for inspection periods. There will be specific outlines for if you are looking to make any changes to the home, how that would be handled if that is a desire of yours. So if you are ready to get your hands on one of these new construction homes for yourself, if you know your family, anybody that's interested, go ahead, check out the link in my description, right? I'm also offering a free home buyer's guide that kind of goes over the process, so you can go ahead and download that. If you are interested in new construction that you've seen on my channel, or just any new construction or have questions, also go ahead and schedule a free consultation. The link is in the description. So I'm sure you learned from this video that there are a lot of hoops that you may think and a lot of things you have to jump through. Definitely some pros that you can learn from your agent along the way when it comes to new construction. The next step with new construction is to get a home inspection. That's honestly with any home, not just new construction. You might want to keep in mind that you do not do the home inspection right after going under contract. It just depends. I recommend my clients to do a pre-drywall inspection if possible. If not, then you have it a little later in the process, right? But you definitely want to have it done before your home is completed. There are a couple of things that you're going to look for when you're doing your inspection. Home inspector is going to know exactly what they're doing, what to look for, especially if you have a good one. So even with new construction, they're going to be looking for, anything that maybe the builder has missed. Because even though it is brand new, it's not perfect. If something comes up, don't be alarmed. There are going to be things that are found in your home inspection. Typically, once the inspector gets finished, they send you a report. Keep in mind that a builder is not always going to be present inside the home when people are working. There are subcontractors that are coming in and they're working, but the builder may not always be present, so keep that in mind. The city inspectors that go out, they don't always check every single thing necessarily maybe the way they should. So every outlet may not be working, or the light switch may not be working, but you want to make sure it works before you close on your home. So these are things that an inspector is definitely going to take some time to look at. So an inspection is definitely worth the money, even on new construction. Buying a new construction home, it's exciting. It's so exciting. It's an amazing thing to see it coming from the ground up. And it is a fairly easy process for the most part. It's the same as resale. But don't be a headache. Don't be a headache. And what I mean by that is let these people do their job. Let the people work. What I mean by that is when you go under new construction, you don't want to go out there every single day. You want to let the people get their job, of course, so your house can be done, right? But it is exciting, and it's definitely reasonable. You're going to go out there a few times. When I have clients, I go out there for them. I take pictures, I take videos, I do all of that. Just because it's so exciting and you want to see the process as it goes along. I'm going to go ahead and make a purchase. Again, let's go. After the inspection comes, we'll put together a list, or your agent will put together a list of the items that need to be repaired. Typically with new construction, it's not a lot, and they'll send that over to the builder so that the builder knows exactly what you would like fixed, so they can do touch-ups and all those things prior to closing. So typically all of these repairs will take place a few days before closing, because with new construction, you do something called a final walkthrough, and you want all of the repairs to be done before the final walkthrough. Typically, it's about 2 to 3 weeks out that you'll do your final walkthrough from closing. Sometimes it's the week of, right? After that, you'll also order your appraisal. What an appraiser does is basically goes out, make sure that the home is worth the price that you're buying it for. You don't want to do this too early, because if the appraiser goes out to the home and they see that, let's just say there are no floors installed, maybe lights are missing, switch covers, handrails, anything like that is missing from the home, they're going to put that on because it's a necessity. It has to be there. And if an appraiser has to go back out again, then that's an extra cost to you. We do not want that. We don't want an appraiser having to go out multiple times, right? We want it done correctly the first time. So just make sure that you're working with your lender, your realtor, to make sure that everything is on target and that your timeline is correct. You do not want to have an appraisal that is ordered too early, okay? One of the last things that you'll do as a buyer, especially a buyer with new construction, is you're going to order home insurance. The great thing about buying a new construction home is that typically and usually your home insurance premium is lower than if you were to get a resale. Also keep in mind you can bundle home insurance too with auto and things like that. It's typically lower because with when buying new construction, everything is new. And if there's anything that I know about being in business, is that insurance adjusters love when you have a brand new roof. So they're going to keep those premium rates nice and low. So the day before closing, or even maybe a few days before closing, you'll go ahead and finalize your insurance premium. You'll go back to the house to do your final walkthrough. And that is when everything gets really, really, really exciting. Because by this point, we're just waiting on a clear to close. Waiting on our clear to close to come through. Once your clear to close comes through, we're good. So you want to make sure that everything is completed. The inspector has completed everything. The builder has completed everything. If you need to do a re-inspection, that is completed. All of this is done when you get your clear to close, because it's time to rock and roll. So depending on the state that you're in, your closing will either take place at a closing attorney's office or a title company's office. Typically, new construction already has a preferred closing attorney. Closing is where you're going to sign a bunch of documents. You'll bring your money to the closing table. A lot of times they want you to wire it beforehand. So closing costs, your down payment, all of those will be due. So as a buyer, you do have the right to choose your own title company or a closing attorney, so you don't have to feel pressured. But honestly, it's just easier to go with the title company or the attorney that the builder is using. But again, you can choose, but listen to the guidance of your realtor on that, okay? If you've made it through these steps, you have officially bought your new construction home. Congratulations. All right. So I know it is exciting, and it is a time. And after that, of course, you work on getting your utilities activated. You have a couple of days for that. Bring all of your personal items, and you want to make this new construction home yours. You want to make it look like the model home. You want to do all of that. If you have any additional questions about buying a new construction home, please let me know in the comments, and I will be happy to answer all of them. Of course, you can always schedule a consultation with me. You can also, don't forget to get that home buyer's guide, and it'll answer the few questions that you may have. I know I can't wait for you to get your hands on a new construction home, and I know you can't wait to get your hands on a new construction home. So you need to get with an agent like myself that specializes in new construction in the Atlanta area or whatever area that you're interested in. Again, I have a plethora of agents that I can refer you to if you're in another state. Again, my name is Raveen Stinson. I am here to help you with any real estate needs that you may have. Please do not forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, do all of that. And if you want to see more content like this, let me know in the comments. If you want to see some more home videos, let me know that in the comments as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. All right, happy house hunting.